Okay, we're going to continue to look at some quadratic equations, and now we're going to involve some trinomial equations. So we've looked at factorising trinomials before. So the trinomial is when you've got a term like this. So for example, x squared plus 8x plus 15. But we're now going to take it one step further and turn that into an equation. Now, is that a quadratic equation? Well, it is, because it's got the quadratic in it, and that's what's, when you graph it, is going to make it parabolic in shape. And so it's a quadratic, but it's also an equation, therefore it is a quadratic equation. Now, put simply, we just use the skills that we picked up and developed from factorising to do this one. Remember that these are pretty easy. Two numbers that multiply together to give 15. So two numbers that multiply give 15, add together to give 8, that's 5 and 3. X plus 5 bracket x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so that times that equals 0, so the first thing could be 0. X plus 5. The second thing could be 0, x plus 3. Okay, let's bring them over, and that will be x equals minus 5 and x equals minus 3, final answer. Okay, so just a reminder then, what do these answers mean? Minus 5 and minus 3. Well, that means we've got a root at minus 5 and a root at minus 3. Okay, let's try an example 2 then. X squared plus 13x plus 40 equals 0. Two numbers that multiply give 40, add together give 13. That's going to be 5 and 8. 5 times 8 is 40, and 5 plus 8 is 13. So the first bracket could be 0, the second bracket could be 0. So remember that's just that times that equals 0. So the first bracket could be 0, the second bracket could be 0. Okay, bring these over then, and that's x equals minus 5 or x equals minus 8, final answer. Okay, just one final time, let's remind ourselves, what does that mean? Well, it's a concave down parabola, and there's a root at minus 5 and a root at minus 8. Okay, example 3. Okay, g squared plus 11g plus 30 equals 0. Okay, two numbers that multiply together to give 30 and add together to give 11. Take your time, think about that. That's 5 and 6. G plus 5, g plus 6. First bracket could be 0, g plus 5. The second bracket could be 0, g plus 6. Okay, bring these over, change the sign. That means that I've got g equals minus 5 and g equals minus 6, final answer. Okay, let's take down example 4 and go for x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Okay, so we're looking for two numbers that multiply together minus 10. So remember, minus 10, we would call that the product. So the result of multiplying two numbers together gives me a negative result, minus 10. So to end up with a negative, that means the signs need to be different. Okay, so it need to be a plus and a minus. Now if I think about numbers that will multiply together to give 10, I've got 1 and 10, and I've got 2 and 5. Now which one can I use, which pair can I use to add up to give 3? Well, it's definitely going to be the 2 and 5, and it would be plus 5 and minus 2. Let's just double check that. 5 times minus 2 is minus 10, and 5 minus 2 is definitely 3. So x plus 5 bracket x minus 2 is equal to 0. The first bracket could be 0, the second bracket could be 0. Bring that over, change its sign, x equals minus 5, bring that over, change its sign, and x is equal to 2, final answer. Okay, example 5. Let's solve x squared plus 11x minus 12 equals 0. Okay, two numbers that multiply give minus 12, so to get a negative result, that would need to be the signs are different. So two numbers that multiply give minus 12, the signs would be different. To multiply give a negative, and we need to add together to give plus 11. So combinations for 12, 1 and 12, 3 and 4, 2 and 6. So which pair can I use to add together to give plus 11? That's pretty straightforward. That will definitely be 1 and 12. Take your time. It needs to add together to give 11 plus 12 and minus 1. X plus 12, x minus 1. Let's just double check it. 12 times minus 1 is minus 12, and 12 minus 1 is 11. That's definitely correct. Okay, so x plus 12 equals 0, or x minus 1 equals 0. Bring these over, change the sign. X equals minus 12 and x equals 1. Final answer. Let's take down example 6. Okay, this time let's go for n squared plus 7n is equal to 30. Now, just a reminder of something that we talked about last day, which was if you've got a quadratic equation, you need to make sure that the thing is equal to 0. So if it's not equal to 0, you need to rearrange. So we're going to have to change side, change sign, and bring that 30 over, and that will give me n squared plus 7n minus 30 is equal to 0. It's then two numbers that multiply together to give minus 30. So the product is negative. The signs would need to be different. Two numbers that multiply to give minus 30, and it needs to add together to give 7. Okay, so pairs for 30, 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. And which pair can I use to multiply together to give minus 30 and add together to give 7? Okay, take your time, and with a bit of thought, that will be 3 and 10, so that needs to add together to give 7. That would be plus 10 and minus 3, n plus 10, n minus 3 equals 0. N plus 10 equals 0, or n minus 3 equals 0. Bring these over, change your sign. N equals minus 10 and n equals 3. Okay, example 7, and we'll go for n squared equals minus 6n plus 16. Okay, it's a quadratic equation. So to solve it, I need to have it equal to 0. So let's move these across. Let's rearrange, change side, change sign. Minus 6n is going to come across, become plus 6n. Plus 16 is going to come across and become minus 16. So it'll be n squared plus 6n minus 16 equals 0. The product is negative. The signs will be different. Okay, so two numbers that multiply together to give minus 16. And add together to give plus 6. Okay, pairs for 16, 1 and 16, 2 and 8, 4 and 4. Which pair can I use to add together to give plus 6? Take your time, have a think about it. With a bit of consideration, that will be 2 and 8. So it needs to add together to give 6 plus 8 minus 2. Okay, so n plus 8 bracket n minus 2 equals 0. N plus 8 equals 0. N minus 2 equals 0. Which will be n equals minus 8 and n equals 2. Final answer. Okay, example 8. And this time we've got x squared minus 10x plus 21 equals 0. Okay, the product is positive, so I need two numbers that multiply together to give 21, add together to give minus 10. Remember, the product is the result of multiplying, so two numbers that multiply together to give 21. Okay, the product is positive, which means the signs are the same. Now, if the signs are different, you've only got one option there, which is plus or minus, but if the signs are the same, you've got two options. You've got a plus and a plus, or a minus and a minus. At that point, we take a close look at the question. Two numbers that multiply together to give plus 21 and add together to give minus 10. So to add together to give minus 10, that can only come from two negatives. So it would definitely be this scenario here. Okay, then I think about combinations that multiply for 21, 1 and 21, 3 and 7. And I need to use one of these pairs to add together to give minus 10 using this. And that's quite straightforward then. That will be minus 3 minus 7. X minus 3, x minus 7 equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0, x minus 7 equals 0. Let's just backtrack a wee bit. Does it look okay? Well, minus 3 times minus 7 is plus 21, and minus 3 minus 7 is definitely minus 10, so I can be confident that that's correct. Bring them over, change the sign. X equals 3, x equals 7, final answer. Okay, example 9. A squared minus 14a plus 40 equals 0. Two numbers that multiply together to give plus 40 and add together to give minus 14. Well, the product is positive, so the signs need to be the same. So that's either two pluses or two minuses. Now we can see that we're adding to give minus 14, so it will definitely need to be two minuses. Okay, so two numbers that multiply give 40. My combinations are 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10, 5 and 8. And I need to fit that, so we add together to give minus 14 using these. So just take your time with it. It's definitely going to be, upon close inspection, 4 and 10 minus 4 minus 10. Let's double check it. Minus 4 times minus 10 is plus 40, and minus 4 minus 10 is minus 14. A minus 4, A minus 10 equals 0. A minus 4 equals 0, or A minus 10 equals 0. Bring these across. A equals 4, A equals 10. I'm just going to take another opportunity to have a wee think about what this means. Don't lose sight of that, which is that we've got, in this case, a positive a squared. So that's a concave down parabola, and there's a root at 4 and a root at 10. So remember, what we're doing here when we find these results is calculating the roots. Okay, let's go example 10. Example 10, I'm going to solve x squared minus 7x minus 18 equals 0. Okay, so this time we're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give minus 18 and add together to give minus 7, so the product is negative. The signs will be different. The combinations then for 18 are as follows: 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. So I need to choose one of these pairs that will add together to give minus 7, and upon close inspection it's definitely going to be 2 and 9. So that will be, what is it, x plus 2 and x minus 9, or is it x plus 9 minus 2? Well, let's have a think about it. We need to add together to give minus 7, so it would definitely be plus 2 minus 9. Okay, so 2 times minus 9 is minus 18, and 2 minus 9 is minus 7, so that will be x plus 2 bracket x minus 9 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0, x minus 9 equals 0. Bring these over, change your sign. X equals minus 2 and x equals 9. Final answer. Okay, let's try an example 11. m squared minus 2m equals 63. Okay, so it's a quadratic equation. I need to make sure the things equal 0. So rearrange and bring this 63 over, whereupon it will become minus 63. Okay, two numbers that multiply together to give minus 63. The product is negative, the signs are different. Okay, I then need to add together to give minus 2. So what's my combinations for 63? 1 and 63. And just 7 and 9. Which pair can I use to add together to give minus 2? There's not much thought required with that one. It's going to be 7 and 9. So I need to use that 7 and 9 and plug it into here, but I need to make sure that I add together to give minus 2. So be careful, plus 7 minus 9. Okay, so 7 times minus 9 is minus 63, and 7 minus 9 is minus 2. M plus 7, m minus 9 equals 0. M plus 7 could be 0. M minus 9 could be 0. Bring these over, change the sign. M equals minus 7 and m equals 9. Final answer.